Wednesday with Java and Journeys with Jillian. If you're new here to my walk-in talks, how are you doing? My name is Jillian, and essentially, Heffas, what do we use our walk-in talk Wednesdays for? Honestly, it's just to touch a little bit of grass, kiki, have a good time at our favorite Orlando theme parks. Heffas, for our walk and talk today, we find ourselves right back here at Disney's EPCOT, and we are in the midst of the Flower and Garden Festival, which if you haven't caught my prior walk and talk lives, we have been getting our eat on, honey. We've been trying some good drinks and just having an all around good time. For those of you all who may be unfamiliar, my walk and talk Wednesdays, especially during EPCOT festivals, such as Festival of the Arts or Food and Wine or Festival of the Holidays, always such a delight. So I try to take advantage, and Flower and Garden has to be on the top of my list of one of my faves. So, Heffas, with that being said, I hope that you have come with your appetite, but baby, I hope you've also come with your walking shoes, and we're going to go ahead and get this walk and talk started. What up, Judy? How's it going? And Heffa fam, you're more than welcome. Engage with me in the comments. Shout out to my Heffa fam on YouTube. Shout out to my Heffa fam on Twitch. You can always follow me at Java and Journeys 24. Oh man, you done missed the boat, Whitney. You done missed the boat. I appreciate that, Judy. Thank you for that shout out. I agree. You know, I try to be very humble, but I do think my walk and talk live streams here at our favorite parks in Orlando are some of the best. Okay, I don't need that emoji, Whitney. I don't need that. And y'all, if you want to engage in the comments, again, do so from either YouTube or you can do so from Twitch. I'm going to go ahead and get this party started. Now, not that I want to tell all of Whitney's business, but y'all, sometimes my sister Whitney, who's in the comments, she will join me on some of the walk and talks, and I feel bad because she had an incident today. So she's not here with us. So it's me and my co-producer hanging tight. And I'll tell you all right now, let me tell you what had happened. What had happened was, essentially, you all know on Instagram and TikTok, people advertise their services like nails, hair, whatever. And I'm all for supporting a small business, babes. I'm all for that. And I think we should do that, especially when it comes to supporting our Black and brown people. And so, of course, Whitney had seen a few different reels and TikToks of people advertising hair services. So she tried this one lady out, and apparently, y'all, she was there for 11 years, just getting braids, short braids at that. So nothing complicated, nothing crazy. And correct me if I'm wrong, Whitney, but the person on TikTok or Instagram, whichever one of the social media platforms, had said that because the hair is short, and it was like specifically short braids only, that she could do it clean, fast, and have you looking fresh. I have not seen Whitney, but she was sitting in that chair all day. So I knew that some stuff was going awry because she was there all day. And y'all, don't forget, drop down in the comments, hype your girl up on YouTube, like, subscribe, share. I come at you every Wednesday or most Wednesdays because y'all, sometimes work got me down. And we're actually passing by one of the booths right now. So this is near the Cadian Pavilion, the Northern Bloom. Let's go ahead and check out what they have. I think we're going to get the scallops at this station. Oh my gosh, yes. Y'all, she said 5 hours. 5 hours. Okay, we're going to put a pin in that for 2.2 seconds, y'all. This is the menu here at this particular booth. We're going to check out the seared scallops with the French green beans, the marbled potatoes, and bacon vinaigrette. I'm looking forward to trying that out. But yeah, y'all, she should have been 5 hours or less, preferably 9 hours later. And Whitney, how are the braids? I know that it didn't seem like you are a fan, but like, I hope it's not that bad. Because y'all, it is always the absolute worst when you go for a service. And for my black and brown sisters that get their hair braided and you're sitting in that chair, y'all, the longest I've ever sat in the chair to get my hair braided was like, I don't know, I think like 12 hours. And I was like, never again. I just don't like, I'm at the point now, this is when I was in grad school. So not that I'm trying to age myself. This was many years ago. And I'm like, no, baby, never again. So typically I do crochet braids because those typically don't take longer than a couple of hours. And if I'm at a salon that will actually wash and prep your hair, just add another hour to that. So I'm typically in and out 2 to 3 hours tops, depending on what it is I'm getting. And y'all, let's check out some of the food. Yes. And if you are a bougie heifer like me and you love your scallops, thank you. Let me know, baby. I love some good scallops. I love me some scallops. And I'll show you all. My co-producer has the scallops. We're going to walk over here on the side and let's look at a picture because I think they have. Now, this is what it's supposed to look like. So I always think it's fun to do like what I thought I ordered versus what I actually got. So Heffas, this is what the scallops are supposed to look like. This is what we ordered. They also have the beef tenderloin tips. I can't recall. Have we gotten that before, Whitney? I can't recall we've gotten that. And then here's the chocolate maple whiskey cake, which is one of the things I want to try. Y'all, there's so many sweets. And it's so hard to not fully indulge in my big back behavior and get all the sweets. Y'all, I will be in a diabetic coma. So if you are someone that likes to come to the Flower and Garden Festival or any of the EPCOT festivals, what do you typically like to eat? Do you like normally the savory stuff, the sweet stuff? What are some faves? All right, y'all. I agree, Judy. Let's take a look at this. All right, y'all. Here are the scallops. So not exactly what was pictured, but this she still looks fresh. Okay, she doesn't look like she's been sitting out for too long. So we're gonna take a bite of that. Yeah, I can't remember either because I feel like we probably did get that one. But y'all, we're going to get into these scallops. So again, if you're just joining, we're at the Flower and Garden Festival here at EPCOT. And this is our first food item of many for Walk and Talk. All right, y'all. Here's what she looks like. Very buttery. And you know Gordon Ramsay. We're going to see if it's Gordon Ramsay approved because you know on Hell's Kitchen, he talks about the scallops being overcooked. Mm-hmm. Oh, what up, theme park giant? Oh, you're going to do Figment? So you're going to do Journey to Imagination? And I'm not going to lie to you. I love Figment. Figment is my favorite. And Journey to Imagination has been doing my boy Figment dirty. That right. I wish it was so much better and it honor Figment in a better way. You have to let me know. Do you love Journey to Imagination? Because it's okay. There's no shade if you love it. I just wish it was better. Mm-hmm. That is one scallop, Judy. So y'all saw it came with just two. Listen, Disney's like, we're going to get our money. We are going to get our money. So don't come over here playing. We're going to give you a couple bites. We're going to give you a good little taste. But the scallop is really nice. It's flavorful. It's buttery. I will say, I think it's just slightly overcooked, like just a little, just slightly. I think Gordon would still let it go. He would still let it be served. Now, I haven't gotten into the veggies, so let me try. I'm going to try one of these potatoes because, you know, carbs first. Okay, the potatoes are potatoing. I'm going to get into one of these green beans. I feel like the green beans need to be cooked just a little longer, but y'all, not bad. Not bad at all. I'll take it. You know, we're starting our adventure. If you're just joining, listen, don't forget to big up your girl, like, subscribe, share, engage with me in the comments. So we're in the Canada Pavilion. That's where we're starting our culinary journey here at Flower and Garden, enjoying the sunset. And y'all, I love EPCOT is one of my favorite parks just because, especially, so I'll tell you, if you're someone that's apprehensive about Disney and you're like, I am like an adult. I'm grown. I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to be labeled as a Disney adult. Baby, there is nothing wrong with being labeled as a Disney adult. I lived my whole life. Okay. I have a better time now as an adult than I would have had if I were younger. Because my very first time coming out to EPCOT, y'all, I'm going to peep you up on some game, was when I was in high school. So my band had a field trip out here and I was going to school in Tennessee. So we just took like a charter bus and I had a good time. But y'all, as an adult that actually has a job that helps pay the bills, you get to experience life a little bit differently when you have a little bit of coin coming in. And that would not have been the case. I would have had to do Disney very cheaply if I like was a Florida resident coming here as a kid. Hmm. So y'all, you know how we like to rate things out of Heffas? So I would say the scallops, I would give them, I would give it a 2.5 out of 5 Heffas. What do you think, co-producer? You would give it a 3? Okay, my co-producer would give it a 3. No, I'm a little bit strict on my scale. I think if the scallops were a little less cooked, they were just a little overcooked, it would have been a 3. And the green beans, I wish the green beans were a little bit more cooked, just a little bit, but a solid start. And y'all, the reason why I, going back to like loving Epcot, if you're someone that's apprehensive about coming to Disney, is even as a grown person, I feel like of all the Disney parks, this one feels more adult friendly. There's a lot of good food, a lot of like to do the drinking around the world here. And I, I have not done that yet. It's on my bucket. I wouldn't do it all in one trip as a local. I probably would pick like a few of the pavilions and just like break it up. But y'all, I have to do it. Like it's going to be on my bucket list and maybe a thing to do when we get, I would say like closer to the winter, which we're just getting out of like, we're in spring at this point. Oh my gosh. Frank, you going for the jugular, aren't you? Yep. Man, I mean, there are plenty of kids here, but you are just like, you are coming into it with the negativity. I don't, okay, so Frank, listen, we are going to agree to disagree. There is nothing wrong. And I'm going to tell you why you probably see a lot of adults, which there are a ton of kids. So I don't know. Maybe you and I are having two entirely different experiences because I lived in Southern California for a period of time. I love Disneyland. Disneyland is like my favorite, my absolute favorite. But I will tell you that as a millennial, I could not afford to come to Disney. Well, I didn't live in the state of Florida. I've lived in Tennessee, I've lived in Georgia, I lived in North Carolina. But listen, my mom worked very hard to take care of myself and my sister. But at the end of the day, we did not have money to splash out on vacations. Oh, yeah, yeah. Because I feel like you're bringing negative energy to this. And especially with the name calling, people are just trying to live their best life. Y'all, I'm going to tell you right now, don't come to my channel being rude and bad mouthing people for no reason. that is not, this is good vibes only, baby. This is good vibes only. I will tell you that. Hey, Whitney, if you don't mind, go into my YouTube and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because y'all, I can show the stream, but I'm not showing. I'm not going to display negativity. We're not doing that here, not on today. So what I was going to say, Frank, just to give you all some context, basically said that, you know, the comment was, where are all the children? All I see are basically fat, overweight adults, which is rude. And it's sad. Disneyland was meant for children. Look at this. It's mostly all adults walking around. Again, no need to like, listen, this is Heffa Nation. And as a plus size girly, I don't listen, I own, I own being fat all day, every day. But also, as I was saying, y'all, and to all my, yes, we like, amen, Judy. Amen to that. what I will tell you all is, so let's talk about that. I don't mind, like, y'all, we could talk about topics without being rude and without being nasty. So, for a lot of millennials like myself who could not afford the luxury of Disney trips and vacations, they're even more expensive now than they are. If I didn't live in Florida or have access, I probably would only come here once a year, and that is a privilege. That's a huge blessing. But a lot of us could not afford to go to Disney. And so now that we are adults, now that we have a little bit of coin, we are living our best lives. And I'll tell you what, there is something for everyone at Disney, whether you are an adult, whether you are a child, very family friendly, beautiful things to appreciate and love, especially with all the restaurants that have the alcoholic beverages. Disney has a ton of adult friendly things to do and to enjoy. And you all know how I like to, because if you can't love yourself, how in the heck you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? In the words of the famous RuPaul Charles, I actually just recently posted a video on my channel, long form video about Go82, which is one of Disney's adult only bars. And y'all, we're passing by the France Pavilion, and I'll show you what they have here. We're actually not going to get anything on this menu. I'll probably try something later, but I mean, all of this looks good, Heffas. Like, all of this looks tasty, but I'm just not feeling any of this on the menu. What do y'all think? I'm not feeling any of it. Are you, co-producer? If you want to try something, we can. Okay. Y'all, we're going to, and let me show you views a little bit of, because the France Pavilion is one of my favorites. But going back, so now that we have a little bit of coin, and by we, I just mean adults, you know, we are living our best lives. We're trying to make up for lost time. There is nothing wrong with being an adult going to Disney and having a good time. I think you should lean into the things that bring you joy in life, because tomorrow is not promised. We're all very stressed out. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of things going on in the world. And like, with all the stress and the things that are happening, y'all, you live your life. Do not let anyone steal your joy. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. As long as you are being respectful and you're not doing anything illegal, like, baby, you travel, you do what you have to do. And if that means coming to Disney, dealing with these crowds, then you do it. But y'all, that's why, in my opinion, you see a lot of adults. And I don't think there's anything sad or pathetic about that. Like, I don't understand that. I know that there's some people who feel like the Disney adult thing, it's like, that's so weird. That's so weird. And it's like, what is weird about that? Like, as long as you're being appropriate and you're having a good time with your friends, like, there's nothing wrong with that. So listen, I'm going to tell you all right now, I pretty much welcome opening. I'm very open-minded here. We can debate. We can have a good, healthy debate, but don't think that I'm ever going to be okay with insulting people for no reason. And especially when I'm a fat Disney adult. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. I agree with that. So y'all, Judy in the comments said Disney is for everyone. Their motto is the happiest place on earth. And some people are negative. And some people are negative about anything. And it makes me wonder what is happening. Yes. Y'all listen. And I get it. I get it. There's a lot going on in the world. And trust me, like, it's a video for another day, one day in life. I sometimes feel like my mental health is at an all-time low. But this is why I feel, for all the complaints that I have about Florida, this is like what I love about living in Florida. This is what I absolutely love about it, is having the opportunity to do things like this, because y'all, this is expensive. If I had to pay out of my pocket, it's some people, this is their only vacation for the whole year. So y'all, let's get into La Isla Fresca. So what we have over here is Jamaican jerk chicken. That sounds really good. Some ceviche and a coconut chocolate flan bizcocho. So y'all, I think, did you want to get anything from here? Some ceviche? Okay. So I think we're going to try the ceviche. Are you interested in the jerk chicken? Yeah. Okay, y'all. Okay. To all my Jamaican Heffas out there, like, listen, they hooking us up. They're hooking us up. It's pigeon pea rice, roasted sweet plantains, and cinnamon butter. And we're also going to do the ceviche. You know, we like to balance, okay? We like to balance over here. So my co-producer is going to get the food, and we're right here at La Isla Fresca. And this is adjacent to the Morocco Pavilion, in case you are curious and you're joining. Y'all, I cannot wait. It's like we are going to celebrate. We are going to bring joy up in here because y'all, like we have to. There are too many sad and depressing things in the world. And sometimes we talk about those things here on my channel. Sometimes we dabble into a little bit of politics. That's not the entire premise, but you know, we'll do what we do in terms of talking about the things that are top of mind or things that are way on the nuts, but we're always going to do it respectfully. And y'all, this is a picture of what everything is supposed to look like. So we have the jerk chicken here. We're going to see if it's going to look like that. Here's a ceviche. And then here's that flan. But we are going to get the chicken and the ceviche. So we're going to see what that's given. I am looking forward. And y'all, look how beautiful the sunset is. So this is why moments like this, I'm like, I feel blessed. I feel extremely blessed. And again, baby, if what you want to do is go to Disney, if you are a grown person, you're like, you know what? I want to go to Disney. I want to go to Disney World. I want to go to Disneyland, baby. Don't let anyone tell you no. You do what brings you joy. If you want to go travel somewhere, I was actually just talking to my co-producer, y'all, because you have heard me say so many times, speaking of just coming from the France pavilion, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the closest that your girl is ever going to get to France anytime soon. So you need to like, subscribe, and share. Word. Okay, word. Like I will always take your support. Supporting this channel is free. But y'all, we'll see. Hopefully there will be a trip to Europe at some point this year. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully we can make it happen. Can we see there's some tables back here? Okay, y'all, we're going to go see if there are some tables back here. Oh, the fawn look really good. Okay, y'all, let's see. Because sometimes there's some tables in the back over here. I prefer a standing table, but they have a seated table. It's okay. I guess we'll just go ahead and do this seated table. Is this okay with you? Okay. Y'all, the jerk chicken actually looks fire. It looks really good. So here's our jerk chicken. And look at the seasonings, y'all. Look at the plantains. Look at the pigeon peas in rice. We're going to see, because to all my Jamaican Heffas out there, you know I'm going to keep it real if it's good or bad. And then y'all, here's the ceviche. This just looks so tropical. It looks so refreshing. So I am looking forward to getting into the both of these. Okay, yes, Frank. Okay. See, now we see each other. I don't have to cut you today. I appreciate that. Okay, Frank, I will highlight that comment. I appreciate that. Thank you. Because we can have a good dialogue. And like, Frank, I'm curious, did you have like a bad experience at Disney recently? Which, listen, we could talk about that, because I definitely, let me tell you what gets me sometimes, even as a local, is that it could just get so busy and like, oh, it's hard. But you know, this is what happens when you live in a touristy area, right? And, you know, I'm giving you a view of some of the greenery in honor of the Flower and Garden as we were trying our food. So you saw the jerk chicken. So we're going to start out with the rice and the pigeon peas. Okay. Y'all, she's a little dry. But she a little dry. I hate to admit that. Good flavor, but you know, just needs a little bit of moisturization. Let me get into this. The plantain looks absolutely delicious. Y'all, here's like, there's a little piece of that. Oh, that's cool, Frank. Okay. Oh, that's nice. See, I think that's really cool. And shout out to your sister, because being a cast member is not easy. Your girl did the college program many, many, many years ago, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Like, no lie. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I love that. And I love the fact that you get to take advantage of the amenities. But like, why? What's the beef with like too many adults and not enough kids? Do you feel like that there's not enough to do? Because it seems like you're having a good time. I'm assuming you a grown person too. Hopefully, right? Because my content is not really made for the kiddos. And y'all, I'll tell you why I bring that up. I had a cute little situation happen recently. And y'all, here's the chicken. Mmm, mmm. Okay, y'all. So the jerk chicken, it's seasoned really well. It's just a little dry, but it's seasoned really well. It has a very nice spice. Oh, thank you, co-producer. We're gonna get into this ceviche. Oh well, congratulations, y'all! Frank's sister graduates from the college program this year. Oh, and they're awarding her. Oh, and your other sister. Oh, that's so nice. Whitney, do you see that? Where's my trip, Whitney? Where's my trip to Spain? I love that. Well, congratulations to your sister and to your family. I do agree with you there. Disney World definitely has a lot more to do here, but I'll tell you what, Disneyland is my favorite. I prefer Disneyland over Disney World any day of the week, only because it just feels more like a locals park and it's a lot more low key, which is what I love about it. Y'all, we're trying out the ceviche right now. So here are the shrimp here. Hmm, not bad. And it's a little bit on the salty side for me. Did you like that? I'm gonna try with a little bit of this mango, y'all. We're gonna get into it, and y'all, I promise you, we're gonna get back to the walking and talking. Because listen, Frank, look, even though I exercise big back behavior, I also try to get my steps in. Okay, y'all. Hmm. So the ceviche is not bad. It's not my favorite. I think I would give the ceviche, and this is just like a taste thing, right? It's a little bit more mango based, a little salty for me. I probably would give it like, but the shrimp are cooked perfectly, like a 2 out of 5. But my co-producer really liked it, so he would probably rate it higher than me. But like all the jerk chicken, that would also be a 2, but only because like the chicken was good, but like the rice and the pigeon peas were dry. The plantains were good, and the chicken's a little dry. So that's the only thing. Yes, I hear that. I hear that, Frank. Oh, good for you. Well, congratulations, y'all. Frank is on a weight loss journey. Listen, I love that for you. I do. It's hard. It's hard in these streets. But I tell you what, if you are anyone that's coming out here to Disney, you are getting your steps in. You are going to for sure get your steps in. All right. See you later, Frank. Oh, y'all can't hear me? Give me 1 second. Let's see. Let me check. Let's see. Oh, can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me? Judy, Whitney, anyone who is following, let me know if you, because I will switch over to my mic if we're having some technical issues here. All right. Can you hear me? Okay. Yo, I think we're good. My co-producer was saying that he can hear me now. So hopefully, y'all, I don't know what technical issues are the spice of life. But you know what, y'all? As we get back on our walk, I'll tell you about the cute little incident that happened. Mm. And congratulations to Frank once again and his sister. We all the chicken spicy. Ooh, y'all, 2 seconds. We're back. We're back in business. Okay, y'all, we are back in business. I'm so sorry. The technical issues are so much fun. Co-producer, I think I'm good whenever you're ready. Take your time. So, y'all, we are going to get back to our walk and talk. So, we're at our second pavilion. In case you are just joining, welcome to Walk and Talk Wednesday. We are at the Flower and Garden Festival here at EPCOT. We just finished going to La Fresca, which is a food booth that's over near the Morocco Pavilion. And y'all, we just tried the jerk chicken and the ceviche, both of which I thought were okay. I like the ceviche a little bit better than the jerk chicken, I think. But yes, and y'all, one of my viewers was just saying that they are on a weight loss journey, and I'm like, shout out, y'all! It is so hard. It is hard up in these streets. It is so hard. Okay, cool. Thank you for confirming, Judy. I know Frank was saying that they could not hear me. So, when I start seeing that most people say they can't hear me, I'm like, uh-oh, what's happening? But y'all, we're going to, don't you worry. If you're like, Heffa, are we going to look at anything else? We absolutely are. I'm just giving you all the view of the greenery from where I am seated over by Morocco. You see that? The building. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, y'all. And the sun is setting. It's so nice. And before, if you're just joining too, the actually first food item that we had gotten were the scallops over in the Canada pavilion. And y'all, the scallops were good. So far, everything that I've had has been okay. It's been okay. But I do think Flower and Garden has some of the best eats. I think that the eats here are even better than the eats at the Food and Wine Festival, which, with food being in the name, people are obsessed. Co-producer, take your time. I'm just going to walk over on the way. All right, y'all. I'm going to show you all. My co-producer is wrapping up some of the eats, the jerk chicken. I'm going to show you all a little bit of the view, so you're not just watching me sit down and talk. But y'all, it's so nice. It's so nice. And so I was going to say, funny story. So this just recently happened. So y'all, your girl got her first sponsorship. I'm so excited. And you'll see the video soon. And y'all, so I was recording some B-roll and everything for my video. And there was this sweet little boy who walked up to me, and I was at Disney's Boardwalk. And you'll see why, y'all, when the video comes out. I'm hoping that I'll have the video out here in the next week or two. And as I'm talking, I'm going to show you all the view. And then when my co-producer wraps up, we're going to go ahead and head to the next food booth. But y'all, the little boy was so sweet. He came up to me while I was filming, and he was like, "Are you a creator?" And a content creator. And he was like, "Are you filming an ad right now?" So smart. He was a smart cookie. And he was like, "How can I support you?" Y'all, this little boy, I want to say maybe he was 10, 8. And he was like, "How can I support you? Can I follow you?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, sweetie, thank you so much. But my content is not meant for kids. But I appreciate you." Y'all, so sweet. So sweet. So sweet. I thought he was so adorable. And I find that the kids are the best because I've had kids come up to me before asking me questions, when they see you with your equipment or anything. And they're just curious. And I love that. I have no problems with it. Listen, as long as you are a sweet child and you're not screaming and throwing a tantrum at me, then we're good. We are so good. We're Gucci. And so I just thought that was so kind. He was so polite. And he had this octopus squishy, squishmallow or something. And I was like, "Oh, I like your plushie." He was like, "Thank you." Oh, y'all, my heart was melting. I don't have any children. But it's moments like that where I'm like, maybe one day in life, maybe adopting a child that's 10 years old, older, past the infant stage, past the baby stage. Because I don't have time to lose sleep right now, y'all. She's aging. And the she is me. So I need to get all my sleep in. But y'all, this is the view. The sun is setting. It's probably actually time. I'm gonna go ahead, y'all, and take off these. I have my contact lenses, y'all. I am so thankful. I went to my optometrist office today. I need to get my contact lenses because your girl has like my one of my eyes. I have a really bad stigmatism, and so I have to get these very special, expensive, crazy expensive contact lenses. Ugh, it really drives me crazy. But anyway, y'all, with my lenses being in, it's like I can see all the colors, like the shades of colors. When I wear my glasses, my vision's good. It's good. But like my contact lenses take my vision up to a next level. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I can see life is good. And y'all, there is La Isla Fresca where we're just at. We're going to make our way around. Here's the Moroccan Pavilion. And again, shout out to my Heffas who are just joining our Walk and Talk Wednesdays. We're just hanging out, enjoying the views. And if you are coming to Disney anytime soon, tell me, what are you looking forward to? Are you going to be here for the Flower and Garden Festival? And also, if you are, you have to tell me, what are you looking forward to trying? And you have to see my prior Walk and Talk show. Check them out because we have tried a lot of the food here. And I am enjoying the Flower and Garden because I think it goes through till June. So we have some time to enjoy this. So you are going to really get sick and tired of me coming over here. Okay. You're going to get so sick and tired of me because y'all, this is what I do. This is what I does. Okay. And I had to. So we're talking a little bit more, like highlighting this earlier in our conversation where I'm like, what are the things that bring you joy? And y'all, when I tell you, work has been stressing me out. And sometimes I always feel like I just want to like go to bed and just put the covers over my head. And so being out here with you all means a lot because I'm like, I am getting out of the house. I'm going to do something that brings me joy because the work is always going to be there, y'all. So I will tell you, not that you are seeking my advice and not that I am expert, but your girl has worked in the corporate space for quite some time now. But I think whether you're in corporate or nonprofit, whatever it is that you're doing, y'all, the work is always going to be there. It's always going to be there. Like, give yourself a break, give yourself some grace, tap into the things that bring you joy. And it doesn't even have to be like an elaborate trip, right? It could just be taking a walk outside, touching some grass. Y'all, this is the point of our Walk and Talk Wednesdays. All right. It's like, you got to go touch some grass and get yourself out because depression, she is not cute. And we've all been there. Honey, sometimes I have those moments. And I have good days and I have bad days. And it's super important to build community. Y'all, in 2026, if you're not doing nothing else, I need for you to build community. And why not build that community here with me, your girl, at Java and Journeys 24? But y'all, I mean that. Like, I hope that these walk and talks bring you a little bit of joy. And again, we can talk about anything and everything within reason, because your girl's not trying to get banned and blocked. And I also want this to be a great forum that we can all just like have a good time. And Kiki, y'all, I had some like lofty goals. So one of the things I was wanting to do a walk and talk on, I am like 10 years late, is I wanted to talk about the America's Next Top Model documentary. I am so late. So late on that. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at the sweater. It's like Alice in Wonderland, the caterpillar. So also, if you missed it, one of my other walk and talks actually went through all the merch, but the green catches my eye. Y'all, I always go back and forth as a local because we have the Disney Warehouse store, which basically after like these festivals and everything, they send all the merch over there and it's discounted. And so I always have to ask myself, is this something that I want today? Is it something that I have to have? Or do I want to wait and see if it goes on sale? That's another pro tip for you. And this works a little bit more for locals than it would if you're just visiting, unless you are renting a car. Go over to the Disney Warehouse. They have a few different locations, and it's not like a warehouse in what you think. It's a store, basically, but they call it the warehouse because they're clearing out a lot of items. If you have the ability to get yourself there, it's hit and miss. Sometimes they have some good stuff, sometimes not. But y'all, it is cheap. Like right now, your girl is rocking a Pluto shirt that she got for $15, y'all, at the Disney warehouse. And y'all, we are currently passing through the Japan pavilion. And y'all, your girl wants to go to Japan. I have big goals and big dreams, okay? Now, your support, maybe it can help me get there sooner or later. But you know what, y'all? Either way, your girl, this is not my full-time job, unfortunately. I hope one day it can be. But y'all, I'm going to find a way. I'm like, I need to go on trips. And I need to travel. And y'all, has anyone actually been traveling lately? How is the airport? I've been seeing some crazy stories, y'all, crazy stories coming out of the airport. My co-producer and I were just talking about it. Like, there was this one story, I want to say either that I read about or he was telling me about, where someone went to the airport, y'all. They got there, and I can't remember which location, which city this was, but they got there, like, let's just say first thing in the morning for their flight. That was that morning, but they gave themselves what they thought was plenty of time. And y'all, can you imagine getting to the airport, let's just say like at 8 a.m. and then you're there and literally you're waiting to just get through security until like the evening? That's what happened to that person. They had to spend the night at the airport. That is wild. I've been hearing so many crazy stories of how long the waits are. And y'all, I have pre-check and I have clear. And I don't even know that that would save me at this point because of just how bad it is. Oh, nice. Frank, you're still here. I'm so surprised. But that's awesome. I'm happy that you were able to get a kimono. I would love to get one. Should we cut through this way? Okay, y'all. We are going to continue our big back journey. Okay, y'all. So the US Pavilion, which is where we're at right now, I think has some good food. Typically, I'm very intrigued by what they have for Flower and Garden. So we're going to check out that menu right now. There are a bunch of items I want to get. I'm going to try to limit myself. And y'all, here's Tiana, the queen. How are you feeling? Are you full? Okay, cool, y'all. Work. I have to ask my co-producer because we split like everything. Okay, so y'all, check this out. Let me actually go on the other side so I'm not like blocking anyone else who's walking up. All right, y'all, here's what's on the menu here at the US Pavilion. So let me center the camera here just a little bit. So we have a blackened shrimp po' boy, grilled Gulf oysters, spicy chicken gumbo, and bananas Foster bread pudding. Tell me that all of that does not sound good. Well, even the beverages sound so interesting. So they have a blackberry lemonade ale, which is wild. They have a sweet tea amber lager. What? And they have a king cake hard cider. Co-producer, can we get a beer flight? Ugh. I'm so curious. I don't think I could do all of it though. Okay, y'all. What should we get? Because I want to get all of it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be disciplined because we have a while. Okay? We have to pace ourselves. Okay? What do they say? This is a marathon, not a sprint. So, okay. What are you thinking? I'll tell you what I'm thinking.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking, y'all, for sure. Like, I agree. Like, a lot of the items are affordable and some of them are a little expensive for what it is. But I think the prices are pretty reasonable for the most part. Let's do the grilled Gulf oysters. Yes, Steve, great minds, great minds. Yes. We're gonna go for the Gulf oysters and then we're gonna do po' boy or gumbo. Or neither. You're up
No preference.
okay. Let's do the gumbo. All right, y'all, we're going to do the oysters, the gumbo, and y'all, I want to try one of the drinks. Now, you know we got to get our Java on because what is Java and Journey's a little bit of Java. So I'm trying to figure out. Okay, let's do, oh my gosh, y'all. Let's do a 6 ounce of the sweet tea amber lager. We'll do 6 ounce for. All right, y'all. I'm all in. I agree. Like for seafood, word. Y'all, really good seafood is expensive. Okay. So I will take it. And I want to say this is not the first time they've had grilled oysters back here. And I had a positive experience the last time I got that from this pavilion. Y'all, it's the Magnolia Terrace, located over in a U.S. pavilion. And they also have some musical acts playing at the main stage adjacent to this area. But y'all, I'm excited. I agree. Like the gumbo sounds good. And y'all, let me tell you who had some really bad gumbo. Look at me throwing some shade, y'all, some subtle shade. So, also, if you missed my last week's Walk and Talk Wednesday, we were at Universal. And y'all, I was so excited because Universal right now has their Mardi Gras festival going on. And it's such a good time seeing like the floats and just like enjoying the vibe. And similar to like this festival, they have different stands if you're unfamiliar. So check out my last week's Walk and Talk Wednesday. And y'all, like when I tell you the food has not been great this year at the Mardi Gras Festival. The king cake was good. Y'all, we had gotten some gumbo, and I want to say like red beans and rice. We had gotten a like oyster or fried oyster po' boy. Y'all, it was like all of it a chop, all of it a chop. So we're going to see, not that Disney needs to redeem Universal, but what I want to have my faith restored in is that it's possible to get good gumbo at a theme park. That is what I need to restore my faith in. Yes, I do. So, y'all, if you want to engage with me in the comments, please do via Twitch or YouTube. And typically, y'all, I could show like the full chat panel. But what I am starting to discover as I'm looking back over some of my footage when I go home is that I think this makes for a better viewing experience because the chat window basically obstructs a lot of the view. So I'm like, we're going to start. I will highlight certain comments, y'all, but here's what all the food is supposed to look like. So, y'all, we're going to see. Uh-oh, y'all. I think they may be out of oysters. Oh, no problem. Okay, y'all. The oysters are on the grill right now, so that's good. That's a good sign. I'm fine with that. Okay, we don't have to rush anything. So if you would like to engage with me in comments, please go to @JavaandJourneys24. That's my handle. Or you can look up my channel name, Java and Journeys with Jillian, on Twitch or on YouTube and engage with me in the comments there. But yes, Frank, like I go to all the festivals because I'm a local. I go to all the festivals. It gives me a good reason to show you all, as my viewers, what's happening here in Central Florida, especially for those of you all that may be planning trips over here at some point. And this one, Flower and Garden, has to be one of my favorites. Absolutely. One of my favorites. All right, y'all. So we're about to go ahead, pick up our food. And we also got that sweet tea lager. I have never had a sweet tea beer. I don't know what to think or to say. That is a very Southern thing. So we're going to see. We're going to see what this is going to be giving, y'all. Thank you. And then I think one of these days I need to come back here and thank you, co-producer. I can get that. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and grab a table over here. Okay, y'all see a standing table. I'm going to make a beeline because I'm like, I just want to stand up. All right, y'all, here's another pro tip. When you're at these festivals, you see the table, make sure you bring yourself some wet wipes because, you know, it's always going to be a little messy. So just always be equipped with some hand sanitizer, wet wipes, all the things. Y'all, look at this gumbo. This is a massive portion of gumbo. Look at this. Look at how much food this is, y'all. This may be it in terms of our food, our culinary adventure for this evening, because this is a massive portion. See, where's your sister when you need them? Because then it could be my co-producer, my sister, and I all sharing this. There is enough to definitely split this with 2 other people from my POV if you want to try a lot of things. And that's what I love about the festivals too, y'all. If you're going with a group, especially if you're going with people who are very open to trying like new foods, they want to experiment with different foods, y'all. And here is our sweet tea lager. And you all know how we like to do things here at Java and Journeys. Cheers, Heffas. Thank you for joining me on this walk and talk. Y'all, I am shook. Y'all, this is a sweet tea lager. This is a sweet tea beer. This is delicious, y'all. I am shocked. Like, you taste the tea flavor, it's there, but it doesn't, it's not like sweet tea that's gonna give you diabetes. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like that southern, like that McDonald's sweet tea. You roll up to that McDonald's in the South, and it's like the sweetest tea ever. Y'all, this is not like this is not going to make you sick or nauseous or it's not overly sweet, but it has like the sweet tea flavor. Y'all, I am shook. Mm, okay. And I'm not even the biggest beer drinker. Let me tell you what I find the holiday that I think is the most exciting if you are a beer drinker out there and you want to try different beers that they have. Of course, they have the drink around the world here at Epcot. But also what I really love is the fact that during these festivals, they will have specialty beers that complement the flavors of that booth, right? So of course, we're in the US Pavilion. Again, look how beautiful it is, y'all. I am so happy that we're now in the time of year, now barring the time changing, that's annoying. But setting that aside, I'm happy that it's actually light longer now that we're getting into that time of the year because it makes for a better streaming experience when you're outdoors. But yes, absolutely. The roux looks delicious. It's dark. It looks like it's appropriately, cooked. But we'll see. Y'all, this is like, if you're just joining, look at our gumbo that we just got from the US Pavilion, y'all. This is insane. So my co-producer, he is waiting on the grilled oysters because they are cooking those right now as we speak, which is awesome. So that tells me that it's going to be something that is going to hopefully have some great flavor and it hasn't just been sitting out. So I'm just waiting for my co-producer before we take a bite of this gumbo. So for now, we're just going to enjoy the view and we are going to enjoy our sweet tea lager. Mm. Y'all, that's crazy. I want to try the other cocktails too. Hopefully we can get into that at some point. Yeah, absolutely. Like, y'all, the view here is just, it's stunning. It's so stunning. And y'all, here's the grill over here where they are cooking the oysters. And like, you see them cooking on, I'm going to show you an up close look. I'm not worried about anybody stealing my gumbo because I'll come after you. Y'all, look at them like hooking it up on the grill. So I am so excited for this. I am so excited. And I'm curious, y'all, we're in spring. How has the spring been treating you so far? So I know, mm, for those of y'all that have children, I do not have kids, but I know that spring break has been going on throughout the month of March. The Orlando schools just wrapped up their spring break, thankfully, because it doesn't feel quite as busy. It's actually been a really nice evening. So I'm hoping that spring break season is slowly but surely coming to a close, considering that we're about to head into April. Yes, you really can't. Like, you absolutely can't ask for more. I'm excited to try this. This is just such a beautiful night. Peppa Nation, we are enjoying this, okay? And I just cannot wait for those oysters to finish up. Mm, it's going to be so good, y'all. It's going to be so good. Y'all, why is PetSmart calling me? I'm like, that's so. For my live streams, I use my mobile device. And it's sometimes funny when I get text when I'm live streaming, depending on who it's from, or I get like random calls. Cause I'm like, my dog's not getting grooming services right now. I'm like, baby, why are you calling me, PetSmart? Are you calling me with like a special deal? because I would love to get a discount on the grooming services. I've been a loyal customer. I've been faithful and loyal for a very long time. Please hook your girl up. And if you're just joining in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Walk and Talk Wednesday with your girl, Jillian. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. And Heffas, if you have a recommended theme park, if you're like, hey, Jillian, can you like pop over here next Wednesday? Let me know. You could always engage with me in the comments on Twitch or on YouTube at Java and Journeys 24. And y'all, so I've been going back and forth for the past 2 weeks, coming either out here to the Flower and Garden Festival, or I've been enjoying the Mardi Gras Festival at Universal. Now I'm kind of wondering for next week when we meet up if I should just do something entirely different, because we've been doing those back and forth. But y'all, there have been great festivals, and I hope that you've been having a good time and that you're enjoying the view. And also, again, like that to that question I was asking about on spring break, like how have you been? Did you get a chance to have a spring break? Is that a thing for you? Did you go on a trip? Did you do a staycation? Hopefully you did not kill your kids, because I know it's hard when they're not in school and you're trying to give yourself a little bit of a break. Shout out to my parents who are part of Heffas Nation, because I don't know how y'all do it. I don't. I really don't. Especially when you come out here to Disney and it's peak summer. It is July. It's 100 degrees. The baby is screaming and crying. You have your other kid that wants to play with everything, touch everything, buy everything. You're hot, you're tired, you're cranky. Shout out to my parents who do this, especially for those of y'all that make annual trips here to Disney with your whole crew, with your tribe. Bless you, because I don't know how you're doing it. No, I literally don't know. And we're still waiting. So if you're curious, while we're hanging out in the US Pavilion right now, we ordered some grilled oysters and they are cooking them as we speak. So it's probably just going to be a few moments. And y'all, we have our gumbo. Now it's been sitting for a moment, so she still feels warm, but look at this portion. And so I am waiting for my co-producer, aka husband, so that we can enjoy this together. And so for right now, Heffas, we're just enjoying our sweet tea lager, which is the wildest thing I've ever had. It's so wild. And so for those of you all that have been traveling for spring break, I hope you are staying safe out there, because the airports are wild. Your girl is hoping that she can plan and book some really cool trips. We'll see. I typically don't like to speak in detail of things too much. Oh, I heard clapping, y'all. Okay. Or did she just say it's halfway there? Yeah, I don't know if it's halfway there, I don't know how much longer it's going to be. Yes, Whitney. Yeah, it looks so delicious. Y'all, we're going to see, because when I tell you the gumbo was a huge miss at Universal, and Universal tries. They try. Let me tell you where the food is good, if you can swing it. And y'all, there are some operational issues, so you're going to be going at your own risk. But Epic Universe has to have some of the best theme park food, hands down, point blank, period. If I was a betting woman, I would bet that they have the best theme park food. Most of the food at Epic, now there's some things that are better than others, and everything's not perfect and great, but in terms of consistency, y'all, if you happen to be able to go to Epic Universe, the food, like, please make sure you loosen your belt. I mean, you're going to be getting your steps in your walk-in anyway. That, trust me, you're not going to have any time at all, like a hard time getting, like, feeling hungry enough to have an appetite to try a lot of the things at Epic Universe. They have some of the best theme park food. All right. It's so impressive. But Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, hit and miss, depending on the celebration, depending on the booze. Now, there's some good food you can get. Like Mythos is a great restaurant. Islands of Adventure, Lombard seafood. That is like some of the best seafood I've had at a theme park. Maybe even like Lombard's can stand alone outside of Universal as a successful like seafood restaurant. And I don't know if they have, I think it is a chain. Perhaps, maybe. Do you have a Lombard seafood in your area? They are good. And I've done videos about Lombard. So like, well, 1 or 2 videos about Lombard. So go back through my library. I have a playlist just for like Universal specifically, and you'll see my Lombards video there. But y'all, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Okay, y'all, I think they're shucking some oysters right now. I think, yep, they are definitely getting their shuck on. Okay, y'all. So I was trying to wait for my co-producer, but I may go ahead and take a little bit of a bite before our food gets too cold. Because I think they're still prepping the oysters. They're still cooking. And my co-producer's having a good, like, listen, the cast members are like chatting it up. Yo, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna grab a little fork. I know. But only because y'all, I want to go ahead and try this. I didn't realize it was gonna take that long. I grabbed a spoon. Y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get into this because I'm like, I'm fearing that by the time they get done with these grilled oysters, it is going to be dark. So y'all, let's give this a try, shall we? So in case you were just joining, we're in the US Pavilion and we have placed an order for some grilled oysters, which they are cooking as we speak. And we also have this fantastic looking gumbo. Ah, you made it. Just in time, y'all. Look at our grilled oysters. Look at her. Okay. Y'all, fresh. I cannot. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Come on, Disney. Come on, Disney. Come on now. Listen, don't get me sick, girl. Because let me tell you, I always get nervous when I'm consuming seafood at places that aren't typically for seafood. But y'all, this looks so delightful. And look at this. Hot sauce in my bag swag. Look at, come on, Disney. Come on, Disney. Come on with the Tabasco. Disney's like, listen, I will never forsake you, baby. Because how can you not have Tabasco and a little bit of lemon? Y'all, thank you, Disney. You know, I appreciate the thought. It is always the thought that counts. Y'all, I'm holding this gimbal right now, so I'm going to have my co-producer hook up these oysters with a little bit of hot sauce, a little bit of lemon. Yo, we are closing this walk and talk on a very high note. And now that let's check this out because you see the chunks of sausage. Come on now, Disney. I wonder, y'all, is this really how much they typically give you? This is the biggest portion of food I've ever received. Like, I wonder if they were just like, listen, it's almost the end of the night. We got it. We got to let some of this stuff go. Yo, look at this. This is crazy. This is nuts. Look how good. Okay, I can't. Disney, come on now. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and try this gumbo. Ooh, okay, okay, Disney. Because, girl, you're going to catch these hands. You're going to catch these hands if it's not good. All right, y'all. Let's see. Mmm. Y'all, she's good. She is good. She is a little spicy, you know. She is savory. The Cajun flavors are hitting. Mmm. Y'all, the Lord is blessing me. So on the main stage, I'll show you all a little peek from where I'm at. On the main stage over here, can y'all see that? They are playing Motown music right now. I'm done. I'm done. This is my night, y'all. This is my night. Okay. I am truly in my element right now. Okay. I have some good food right here. I have some Motown music playing in the background. And I don't know if y'all can hear that. Y'all, I'm happy. I'm good. I am good. This is all you need in life. Some good music, some good food. Speaking of good music, y'all see my ears? Guardian of the Galaxy theme. So we have like our little tape cassette and our Guardian's ears. So fitting for the Motown playing in the background while we're enjoying our food. Y'all, there is no way I can eat all this. This is crazy. And I didn't even bring, so this is another pro tip. If you're coming here, and it depends also on your situation, whether you're visiting, whether you're a local. If you're a local, for sure, bring some plastic bags or bring like some little to-go containers and a tote bag because it's hard when they give you portions like this, which is like not, I'm shook at how big this portion is, y'all. I can't, y'all. Hi, co-producer. You disappeared for a moment. This is so good. Take a bite of this first. Isn't that portion size wild? That has great spice. You think it's just okay? Y'all, we're just agreeing to disagreeing tonight. It's so funny because at the La Fresca stand, I thought the jerk chicken was only okay because it was on the drier side, but it was seasoned really well. The peas and rice, pigeon peas and rice, no. Chopped, complete chopped. The plantains were good. And the ceviche I thought was okay. It was a little bit on the saltier side for me. I wasn't the biggest fan, but my coworker was like, I really like this. And for the gumbo, he thinks the gumbo is just okay. And I'm like, the gumbo's good. Theme park gumbo, y'all. This is good. I wish my sister was here so she could take a bite and tell me what she thinks. Y'all, get up close, look at this. It's like wild rice and the gumbo. Mm. Uh-oh. Don't they play this on the Guardians ride? Yo, they're playing Earth, Wind, and Fire, September, which is one of the songs they play on the Guardian of the Galaxy ride. Actually, here at EPCOT that you can enjoy. All right. The oysters look insane. How should I eat it? Can you sprinkle? Yeah. No, the co-producer, he's sprinkling a little bit of lemon. All right. I'm going to, yeah, we can do a little bit of hot sauce. Not too much, though, because the gumbo is really spicy. Y'all, they went all in on the spice for the gumbo. So my co-producer, he is opening up the hot sauce right now. Y'all, before we log off, I'm going to tell you how these oysters taste. All right? Like, look at this. I can't. I got hot sauce in my bag, swag. All right, y'all. All right. Y'all, I'm a little scarred. These oysters look like they are on steroids. Y'all, look at this. Look at this oyster. She looked like she got her fitness on, okay? All right, Heffas. We're going to cheers to some oysters because why not? Ooh, y'all, I don't think I could just like swallow this whole thing. I'm going to try to be as elegant as I can. Mm. I'm going to grab a napkin. Y'all, the oyster is good. I need a napkin. Mmm, good flavor. Mmm. Now, I'll tell you all, it's a little on the chewier side. So I think it just needs just a little bit longer on the grill. Just a little bit. But it doesn't taste fishy. And when I say fishy, you know how sometimes like certain seafood items can taste fishy because it's not fresh? That's not a freshness problem. It's really good. It just needs a little bit more time on the grill. That's it. They're probably feeling a little bit rushed. Do you want to finish that last one? Y'all, it's good. And this gumbo, spicy perfection for theme park. So you know how we like to rate things out of Heffas. So I would give the gumbo 3 out of 5 Heffas. The oysters, I would also give the oysters 3 out of 5 Heffas. That sweet tea lager is wild. I'm going to give that a 3 out of 5 as well. So, y'all, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me on this culinary adventure here at EPCOT for the International Food and Wine Festival. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go. Y'all, I'm going to show you all a closer look at the stage as we wrap up this journey. And let me tell you, if you're not a part of Cafe Nation, baby, what are you doing? You need to like, you need to subscribe. You can follow me on multiple platforms. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on YouTube. Shout out to my YouTube Heffas. Y'all, look at that. I love this, y'all. Y'all, I love the festival because you get some good music as well. And I don't know if you can hear any of the music at all, but we're going to close out with a view. So follow me across the platforms, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. Shout out to my Twitch Heffas. And y'all, as we continue to enjoy the sunset here, we're adjacent to the Japan Pavilion. I hope you enjoyed this walk and talk. And listen, baby, for the most part, I try to post my walk and talks at our favorite theme parks here at Central Florida every Wednesday at 7 p.m. ET. I will post. I try to be diligent on my posts on YouTube. And so if ever we have to change the time or move our walk and talk to a different day or cancel it, I try to post. So make sure that you follow me along, especially on YouTube. Hype up your girl. Like, subscribe, share. And you can always engage with me in the comments, baby. Even if you're not able to join live, and let's just say you're tuning in to this live stream at a different time, that's okay. Y'all, as always, do the things in life that bring you joy, whether that's a nice stroll at Disney or whether that's watching your favorite reality show with your good Judy, aka good friend, whether that's hanging out with your boo thang as they're playing that song in the background. Do things in life that bring you joy because tomorrow is not promised, as you all know. So I hope that you find that this channel brings you joy. And I hope to see you next week, Heffas. With that being said, everyone, I hope you have, as Judy has said, a great evening. And I will catch you next week. Bye, Heffas.